just touched down. White sands, beautiful women, nice food. I don't think I'm coming back, but I ain't coming back to the States, baby. Yeah.
Right.
Before you.
Well, live. This is the Guess I'll Say It podcast. I'm sick of the governor to my left and right. We got
It's Adam Mill.
Fun business. What's up?
Yeah, and live today we also have in the building Eli Austin. You know, he's been busy doing getting a lot of work done. Get your grip. You know what I mean? I think I messed up. How's your title set up?
The AKA Get You a Grip.
That's right. AKA Get You a Grip. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Get you a grip. You know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to have you on the show again, brother. It's the second time appearance. Like I said earlier, we don't look at you as guests, we look at you as family, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? So what's been popping lately, man? Give us the 411.
Sure. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Albert Gray. He just had the premiere of the African American Psycho on Thursday. That joint came out at Harbor West. Shout out to Baltimore for pulling up. That was amazing. I missed the event, but I know it was delightful. This past weekend, we did a premiere for Night Hall, which was under Brains Concept Studios, under the writer and director Brains Concepts, and impeccable executive production team of Dr. Tammy Rogers, Brandy Dyer, and Dr. Shanetta Malkia. Right now, we're promoting for a production called The Realtor. Okay. That joint is actually out on Amazon Prime right now. So for your guests, for your audience members, if you want to show some love to productions that's in the DMV area, you check out Amazon Prime right now. It's called The Realtor. You got stars like Jess Hilarious in it. You got local pioneer Lion Beckwith. You have guest features from Tommy Davidson, legend Sean Nelson's in the production, and there's so much more around it. It's a good comedy. It shows a lot of love to the Baltimore production. Also, Desi Alexander has a production coming out with Flood, so stay tuned to Flood coming up. We also got Antonio Mosby with Second Chance coming up around the corner. You got Iron Crown production with Amnesia popping up around the corner. All these different lovely productions that I'm happy to be a part of is coming out. We got the production for Bullied, the stage play coming up pretty soon. You got Words, Wings, and Wands back in production that we're doing monthly now. So if you guys like poetry, if you like performing, if you're an artist in the Baltimore area and you want to have your voice locally heard, we're performing at the La Familia. So if you go to heytice.com, it'll take you to where you can sign up, where you want to come out and be a guest, if you want to come out and be a feature, if you want to be a vendor. You know, we want to spread love to the DMV area. Shout out to Bomb City. Right now, that's a
fly sweater. I was going to ask you, man. A
yes,
fly
sir.
hoodie. Where you got it from, man? I need one of those. Real
yes,
talk.
Sir. Yes, sir. Baltimore owned. You know, I like to shout out Baltimore artists, Baltimore clothing. So I'm repping Bomb City right now. It's getting cold outside, so get your hoodies. Get ready for the season.
Now, real quick, do they got them in different flavors?
Yeah.
Let's say if I want like a black one or beige or whatever the case may be, can I get them in different flavors?
Well, the thing I love about Bomb City is they customize their joint. So they like make one of ones or they make seasonal joints. So what I love about Bomb City is an exclusive. Every production is an exclusive. You're not gonna see too many of these in stocks. Once they sold out, they sold out. So you want to make sure you get yours. Shout out to Bomb City. T. Lee and J. Lee and all those.
Shout out to Bomb City, man. We want to put later on. Send me all the information. I want to put it up in my on the show, across the screen, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Because we all about promoting each other and uplifting each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, every other state knowing it. We just as talented, if not better. So let's uplift each other. Charm got a lot of talent in there. You mentioned a lot of heavy hitters. Jessie Hilarious. Shout out to the Queen. Yep. She's doing big things up there with the Breakfast Club and everything else like that actually brought the show back to life, if you ask me, personally.
I agree.
Yep.
And before I forget, the Realtor is under Smash Entertainment. That's the production that produced it. So shout out to Smash Entertainment. Director Scott A. Hamilton, owner Chad Moore, and all those lovely production out of Philadelphia that came down to Baltimore and showed Baltimore some love. So I want to shout out, much respect for those in the Delaware crew also.
Shout out to Philly and Delaware.
Shout out.
They like our distant cousins.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, it's been a minute, man, since the last time we spoke. And we talked about certain people and certain artists, and I think that was a good part, man. You know what I'm saying? I often go back toward and reminisce on, some of the old clips and stuff like that. And I always do that to steady, to move forward and see what we can do better for us as part and everything and guests like that. But I like to give you a personal shout out, man, Brother Eli, because when I reach out to you every time, man, you very, very resourceful. And we wouldn't even have the guests on the show and some of the talent that I discovered if it wasn't for your insight and your connections, man. So salute to you, man. Give yourself a shout out, man.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, appreciate the love. Like I said before in our first time meeting, and it's been family since day one. You know the vibes, guys, whether we live, we on podcast, or we shooting a music video. It's all day, y'all my brothers. So it's an honor to be on the show. You guys put it down every episode. Shout out to Young Ridiculous. Shout out to Money Zoe. Shout out to the upcoming. Shout out to Radio AMR. Shout out to the DC family and the crew. All these people are putting work in. All these people are putting constant productions out. And, we got the pulse of the DMV all around us. And we hot right now, from movies to music videos to art and everything. So, you guys are definitely putting the work in. And I appreciate, shout out to you guys and kudos to you guys for staying plugged in.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. We always gonna look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? This thing is like a somebody told me the other day, like the lamp and the outlet both need each other. The lamp shed light, you know what I'm saying? Sparks the room up in darkness, it brings knowledge. But it's about that. The outlet running in power thought is meaningless. We all need each other, man. That's that positive energy moving forward. So, is anything else you want to share with us before we dive into this real sensitive topic, man? And I think it's more than just a we're gonna tackle as far as the situation dealing with our community. It's only right. But this is a worldwide humanitarian, it's a human thing. It's a worldwide thing. You know what I'm saying? This killer, this silent killer don't have any pics. It's not racist at all. Mm-hmm. Although the news may depict it as being racist, but it ain't racist at all. You get what I'm saying? So, Brother Eli, is there anything else you want to add, to the pot? Or, because other than that, we can move on, because I would love to hear your insight and your knowledge on this particular situation.
I mean, as far as time, we got plenty of time. So we can get back to me on another note, for real. Like, we can stick to the core subject of what's hurting the community. That's what I'm all about. Share all, each one, reach one, making sure that knowledge is being shared around for the things that's important. So I don't never be the front of anything, to be honest. So we can double back. Y'all can have me back any other time. You know what it is. So let's keep it going. Let's keep the energy going. It's a sensitive subject, but it's not a subject that hasn't been part of our history for years and years. All of a sudden,
exactly.
Experimented on for different types of vaccines and diseases. AIDS is one of those things and HIV is one of those things that has always been an underlying element within our community. So, myself, it's a difficult conversation because everyone knows someone who's suffering from it.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody.
Either suffered or has suffered before, passed on. I know a couple. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And some real ones on some everywhere, all the way from the culture, from hip hop to your personal life, to the greatest and legends that we just think of when you even talk about the conversation. and how it affects us in our community versus how it's discussed in other communities.
Right.
Yes. So so I was saying that this monster needs no introduction. HIV, AIDS, the sling turn forward, AI die slow, however you want to put it. It was some disturbing reports coming out of the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
I believe what was North Carolina or South Carolina. It was one of them. I don't want to
North.
put no North Carolina. Thank you. North Carolina, right next door. 15,000. Is that the correct number? 15,000 or over 15,000 HIV cases. And mostly, here's the disturbing part: little kids and teenagers.
Mm.
So, and then I sent you a graph. I don't know if I sent you one, Brother Eli. It's a bar graph. And it's a very interesting bar graph, too. It has the Hispanics. I think they were the lowest. And then it has whites, blacks, and I think the other bar was just everybody in the melting pot.
Right.
And shockingly, the highest bar are the whites. Now, my thing is, because I know I told you everybody get 2 minutes, I know I can talk too much, so please stop me from going on a tantrum. What's interesting about this is that we're always the poster child for this disease, right?
Mm-hmm.
And due to heavy drugs in the community, alcoholism, crime, everything that leads up to sexual deviant activity, if you will, right? And we all people are God-fearing spiritual people, so I would love to tap into that, but there's probably no need at this point right now. But that does, having a fear of the Most High does play a big part in these equations. And like Brother Eli also elaborated on, that sometimes certain people from a demographic could be victims of being guinea pigs for whatever sick, twisted-minded reasons that people want to experiment and be curious about, right? So, Gov, I'm gonna let you cook first, then Paul Bizzle, and then we'll end it with Brother Eli. So, Gov, what's your thoughts on that, man? Very disturbing.
Yeah, I find it's very disturbing that, especially like among the youth too, because it's high rates. It's very high rates, but a lot of it, I don't know. I mean, you can go back and talk about how when it first started, there was questions about where did it come from. First, they tried to make it seem like it was some type of dealing with the monkeys or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. But to me, it seemed like this is like a lot of lab generated type of a deal. And then we gotten to the point now where like if you go into the history of it, you can see how it went to certain populations first, like certain population centers that they went after. And they didn't mind it going after these specific populations because they felt them to be undesirables, So now we fast forward to this time, the problem is everyone is mixing with everyone. You know what I mean? You don't know who's with who and who was with who before. You see what I mean? So exactly. As we start to do this, people's lives have changed. People go through wild phases at times, you know what I mean? And then later on they change. Sometimes that happens. So then, but when we got stuff like this going on, these are like permanent, life-changing things. You know what I mean? Some people get it because they got it unwillingly. Some people get forced. Some people get raped into this too. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true.
So it's easy to try to throw that whole. It's easy to I can sit from my point and say I live a certain lifestyle, so I don't have to worry about that, right? But that's easy for me to say. But there's a lot of people that's in a lot of different ways, and they live in a very difficult way. So it's hard for them not to engage or to be exposed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Real quick, I worked in a hospital, right? And the first thing they tell you watch out for Sharpies.
Right.
So you can be the most cleanest of person, and one day just get poked, pricked, and your whole life changed. And I think right now, they're trying to make it more like, it's also a mental thing, It's also a mental thing.
As
For
far as
someone to contract a certain disease, whatever, cancer, whatever it may be, a lot of it is a mental fight.
it's
You know,
both.
but that's it. Yeah.
It's both. Yeah, because you have to have the will to keep fighting. You know what I mean? Without that will to fight, you don't fight. You know what I mean? Like a person that gives up can tell. Versus the person is really fighting through it. Like sometimes that's why the placebo effect. That's why doctors have to tell. That's why they have to run the test with that idea, because they understand that if you have the idea in your mind that you're taking something that's making you feel better and you really believe it, there's a chance that your mind will help you to overcome whatever you're dealing with. So, but I see what you mean. But when it comes, so opposite, what you're saying on the opposite level is when you get the idea that you have something like that, like say when COVID was out.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. And when you caught the slightest bit of a cough or sneeze or anything, and you're worried, oh no, this might be COVID. So a lot of people are worried, holding their coughs and their sneezes in, not going to the doctors and all type of things like that, which ended up causing bigger problems. But
exactly.
But as far as
go on.
Yeah, but as far as HIV goes, this is one of those type of things. I think that was the first pandemic that they put out.
Yeah,
kind of just seeing like a copy, and we're just seeing a routine and just going with the next level, next generation. They try.
You notice you don't see AIDS campaigns on billboards no more.
It's quiet. You would
quiet.
You wouldn't think that it was a big pandemic. You would think that it was over.
Yeah, exactly. Quan Bizzle.
Yes, sir.
Let me know your thoughts on that real quick, man. I know you pressed for time.
Nah. I always got time for this. Well, to be honest, I feel like this has been something that's been plaguing the urban community, outside of the urban community, for a while now, for a very long time, actually. It makes you very mindful. It's sad to see, even after years and decades of this existing, people are still going out. People are still having unprotected intercourse. People are still careless and reckless about touching, just going with anybody. You know what I mean? So it's very dangerous. A lot of people don't think it's as detrimental as it was years ago, like in the 90s and stuff, in the late 80s, because, it's not a big thing compared to so many diseases and things coming out these days. You know what I mean? So people not really caring about that. Yeah. So a lot of people not really caring about AIDS and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of people are freeballing out here with it. You know what I mean? But there is a price and there is a consequence that comes with that. And I think, what's that thing that if it happened once, it can't come to my head right now, but it's a saying that was used before. If something in the past has happened, there we go. History repeats itself, basically. History is repeating itself. History is coming back. History is biting us once again. And a lot of people thought something like this wasn't going to come back, or wasn't going to be as, as here as you think it is now. You know what I mean?
If you don't learn from the past, you're bound to repeat it.
Oh yeah, but this is only the beginning, though. This is only the beginning.
And why I say that real quick, because if I think guys, we're old enough to remember the Flower Kid back in the '60s, and that decade, loose sex and stuff like that. The '60s and '70s was very wild with the use of heroin and stuff like that. And then you had the '80s dealing with that situation with the LGBTQ community and how they targeted them. And now, few years back, we had the smallpox. So in the '90s, it was like a death sentence. You were very cautious of how you move, because they didn't have the medicines or to combat it and have it low to the point where it's not even detected. And I think what that done is, when human nature, when we don't think that something's going to kill us instantly, we're more daring. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I'll get it and get a shot in my arm. I'm cool. Like how they used to do when somebody was burning back in the day, different type of STDs. You get what I'm saying? So I know I cut Quan Bizzle off a little bit. I'm gonna let you cook for a little bit. I'm gonna let Brother Eli cook. But real quick, I don't know if y'all paid attention to the news. It was a young lady from the LGBTQ community. She was she was dressing it off like it was no big deal. That's what I got from it. She was more like, well, we have antidotes and stuff for it, so don't be ashamed if you catch it. So basically, she's telling people in a certain manner, and this is what I got from. I could be wrong. That go ahead and live lawlessly, have deviant sexual behavior, and I think the Most High send laws and regulations down, and if you disobey them, then you get penalized for it. Okay, if that's like anything when it comes to is a universal law. That's why traffic lights are invented. You go past that red light a couple times, you may not get flagged. In Baltimore, you may not get the camera always gonna catch you, but you may not hit a pedestrian, you may not cause a collision, but one day you keep flying past the red light, something's gonna get you.
Yeah,
that's just a universal law. So real quick, Quan Bizzle. Then I'm going on a tantrum, man. I apologize. I gotta get better with it. You want to add anything before I?
Well, one more thing. You're right about one thing, and I'm gonna leave it as that. When people think that disease or some type of something that they're diagnosed with, you know what I mean, it's not gonna kill them automatically. They're a lot more careless with it. Like for me, personally, in my personal thing with sleep apnea, you know what I mean? The doctor told me if I do not change my diet or how I, carry my everyday life, in a few years, I could get cancer. I could get a lot of certain diseases that come with sleep apnea. I could get glaucoma, you know what I mean? So in your life, and he said that's just in 10 years. So in 10 years, there's a lot of things you're going to get busy with. I might have a family or kids, things get busy, and you end up forgetting about these things. Instead of something like having COVID, you know what I mean? When people found out they had COVID, you wanted to do and take whatever you could take to get that over with as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm going to pass it on to Eli real quick.
I appreciate it. All y'all had some very valid points, and I agree with all your topics of conversation. I think what's a lot was missing, and pretty much what can be overdone and still can be overdone is the amount of accountability. Back in the day, like you said, we had the promotions for it. We had awareness about it. We can still do that. We don't have to wait on the government to tell us that there's an alert going on like you guys are letting us know now. We don't have to wait for different organizations to let us know. Right now, according to the CDC, in 2024, Chocolate City still got the highest rates of everything else either way. So even in our own community, in our own backyard, we still got to have accountability, and we got to stay finding role models that, right, wrong, or close may have it, but can speak on it and can have accountability and can share awareness about different things from our heroes. Just to let you know, it's a human thing. It's not untouchable, like you said in the beginning. Like, it don't discriminate. You could be in a house. You could be working in a nursing home. You could be at a movie theater. Someone could be an a-hole and just stab you just for the sake of vanity. Like you never. There's been countless stories, time and time again. The thing is how are we in the community shining light on it?
Right.
Because there's tons of different things that's killing us at the moment. All those things, they all stem from our morals and our values in the system in the first place. Right. The moral high ground. If I'm not talking about people promiscuous or celebrate sexual life, that's I have no problem with that. That's a beautiful thing. I'm too scared of that. I'm too scared to be promiscuous. I need someone that wants to come home and I'm comfortable with that one person. And even in that, women lie, men lie. You still got to accept accountability for your own personal relationships because you never know. And it's part of life. So it's a hard, conversation. It should be well-spoken in-house, at your dinner tables, at your conversations, at your kids, how school today, what type of news they're hearing, just letting them know that the things that they should be paying attention to are important. And the things that, you spoon feed them now can, you don't have to teach prejudice, but just awareness. Like, if you're not practicing, or if you are, the biggest thing back in my day was, if you just kissing, you can get just from kissing somebody.
You can get STDs from that. Yeah, exactly.
And that's a little kid thing. That's like practicing, 7 bottles, kissing closets. Like, if you're not aware and you go in those environments, you don't know what your future, your labor, and we protecting ourselves. You still got to share awareness. You still got to let us know what's going on in the community. You still got to teach inside your own house, because if it starts from home and all the other children are aware, like you said in North Carolina, that these things are real, and they are simply spread. Quell the rumors. Fix the ones that are just gaslight. Focus on the things that are concrete, that has been proven, so that you can focus on and process of elimination. Get rid of what things that can be saved, what things can be spared, because everything else is over sexualized. Anime, music, movies, cartoons, everything you look at is over sexualized. So even if you're in school, it's you want to be careful.
And that's knowledge born right there. We appreciate your insight, man. I think this was a beautiful segment. We will be having a number, 1-800 number, come across the screen once it's all said and done, for people that's living with that disease, living with that situation, for counseling and stuff like that. And here, I guess I said our hearts go out to those people that's dealing with that, because regardless of how they got it, if we're human beings, it was done upon mistake. And those who are knowing that they're affected with it, it's your responsibility to be honest with your partners and not spread it, because that also is a terrible crime. That's another time for another segment. We'll speak on that, and you should be held to the fullest extent of the law. So that ends this segue. I guess I'll say it. The next one is Freeway rap review. I don't know if Quan Bizzle going to be with us doing that, but that's up next, man. And you're rocking with the best podcast in the world, best up and coming best podcast in the world. You're rocking with your favorite Ock, and to the right, left of me is
I'm sick cause the governor.
Quan Bizzle, yes sir.
And our brother from another homie, my man.
I'm Elisha CG Austin. Everyone calls me Eli Austin. And you find me on Instagram. It's get_you_grip. So get you a grip.
Yes, sir. What up, Gov? Where can they find you at?
You can still find me at Governor's Mansion, GUVNA. That's MANSION. I'm on Instagram.
Okay, and Quan Bizzle, where can they find you?
MC Mandela, MC.Mandela on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, you name it.
And you can find Guess I Said on all platforms too, man. It's your number one Ock. Peace. We out.